Welcome back. In this video, we will talk further about narcissistic abuse. So, let's start with how to recognizing narcissistic abuse. 1. Warning signs, decoding the cryptic messages. Recognizing the warning signs of narcissistic abuse is the first step toward liberation. Picture relationship red flags waving in the wind, an excessive need for admiration, lack of empathy, and a pattern of exploitation. Don't dismiss manipulative behaviors, decode them as part of a larger abusive dynamic. Awareness becomes the key that unlocks the door to freedom. Picture Jessica, at the beginning of a new relationship, notices her partner's constant need for admiration and dismissive attitude towards her opinions. Recognizing these warning signs, she seeks guidance to avoid falling into the trap of narcissistic abuse. 2. Diagnostic criteria for narcissistic personality disorder, the clinical detective. Understanding the diagnostic criteria for narcissistic personality disorder is like putting on a detective's hat. Picture a clinical lens revealing grandiosity, fantasies of unlimited success, belief in uniqueness, and a lack of empathy. It's not about formal diagnosis, it's about understanding the intricacies of narcissistic abuse. The diagnosis serves as a compass, guiding the way out of the confusing maze. Please note that professionals who are not certified on diagnosing personality disorders, such as narcissistic personality disorder, cannot conclude if a person has this disorder. Someone may present narcissistic traits or narcissistic symptoms, but to not have this personality disorder. Nevertheless, the importance is to seek help from a certified psychologist rather than searching for a label. Imagine Alex, in therapy, exploring the diagnostic criteria for narcissistic personality disorder to make sense of the patterns in his past relationships. This newfound understanding becomes a crucial tool in breaking free from the chains of abuse. Seeking professional help, navigating the labyrinth with guides. Not only the perpetrator, but also the victims need guides in the labyrinth of narcissistic abuse. Imagine therapists and counselors as compassionate navigators, offering essential guidance. Support groups become safe havens, connecting survivors in a shared journey of healing. Seeking professional help is not a sign of weakness, but a courageous step towards reclaiming one's life. Picture Olivia, hesitant at first, joins a support group for survivors of narcissistic abuse. Through therapy and shared experiences, she finds strength, validation, and the guidance needed to navigate the labyrinth and emerge stronger. How to recover from narcissistic abuse? Establishing boundaries. Reclaiming your castle recovery begins with establishing and enforcing healthy boundaries. Picture survivors reclaiming their personal space, setting up barricades against further abuse. It's a journey of empowerment, breaking free from the puppeteer's strings. Boundaries become the armor that shields survivors on their path to healing. Imagine Chris, once accustomed to constant intrusion, learns to say no and sets firm boundaries. The puppeteer's control weakens as Chris reclaims personal space, fostering a newfound sense of autonomy and strength. Here are some tips for setting healthy boundaries. 1. Self-awareness. Understand your own needs, values, and limits. Reflect on what makes you comfortable or uncomfortable in different situations. This self-awareness is the foundation for setting effective boundaries. 2. Clear communication. Clearly communicate your boundaries to others. Be assertive and direct, expressing your needs and limits in a respectful manner. Use I statements to express your feelings and needs without blaming others. 3. Be specific. Clearly define your boundaries. Vague or ambiguous boundaries can lead to misunderstandings. Provide specific examples to help others understand what you mean. 4. Learn to say no. Saying no is a powerful boundary-setting tool. It's okay to decline requests or invitations that don't align with your values or compromise your well-being. Remember that saying no is a form of self-care. 5. Prioritize self-care. Recognize the importance of self-care and make it a priority. Ensure that you have time and space for activities that recharge and rejuvenate you. This might include alone time, hobbies, exercise, or relaxation. 6. Monitor your feelings. Pay attention to your emotions and feelings in different situations. If you feel overwhelmed, stressed, or uncomfortable, it may be a sign that your boundaries are being crossed. 7. Adjust as needed. Boundaries may need to be adjusted based on changing circumstances or relationships. Be flexible and willing to reassess your boundaries as necessary. 8. Seek support. If you're struggling to set or maintain boundaries, seek support from friends, family, or a mental health professional. They can provide guidance, validation, and encouragement. 9. Practice self-compassion. It's normal to face challenges when setting boundaries, especially if you're not used to doing so. Be kind to yourself and recognize that it's a learning process. 10. Respect others' boundaries. Just as you set boundaries, respect the boundaries of others. This creates a healthier and more mutually respectful environment. Remember that setting and maintaining healthy boundaries is an ongoing process. It requires self-awareness, communication, and a commitment to your well-being. Now let's continue talking about ways to recover from narcissistic abuse. Self-care practices, nurturing the soul, igniting resilience. Self-care is the heartbeat of recovery. Picture victims prioritizing mental and emotional well-being through therapeutic activities like meditation, journaling, and fitness. It's about nurturing the soul, igniting the resilience needed for the journey ahead. Self-care becomes the compass that guides survivors towards a future free from the chains of the past. Imagine Emma, on the path to recovery, engages in daily meditation and journaling. These self-care practices become her sanctuary, fostering inner strength and resilience as she rebuilds her life. Building a support system, united against isolation. Breaking free from the isolation imposed by narcissistic abuse involves building a robust support system. Picture survivors connecting with friends, family, and support groups, sharing experiences, gaining perspective, and receiving the emotional validation crucial for healing. The support system becomes the lifeline that pulls survivors out of the abyss, reminding them they are not alone in their journey. Picture Jake, initially hesitant to share his experiences, opens up to a trusted friend. The support system that emerges becomes a pillar of strength, proving essential in Jake's journey toward healing. Now let's dive into the legal and ethical considerations. 1. Legal protections for victims, breaking the silence with legal shields. Legal shields become the tools for breaking the silence. Imagine victims finding recourse through restraining orders, creating a legal barrier against the abuser. It's a powerful step towards physical protection and peace of mind. Legal protections become the sword that survivors wield against the shadows of their past. Imagine Mary, determined to break free, seeks a restraining order against her abusive partner. The legal shield becomes a powerful tool, providing her with the protection needed to reclaim her life. 2. Ethical responsibilities of professionals, a guiding compass for healing. Imagine therapists and counselors as ethical compasses, creating safe and supportive environments. Workplace policies stand as guardians against narcissistic abuse, ensuring a healthy and respectful atmosphere. It's about professionals shouldering ethical responsibilities for a collective journey towards healing. Ethical practices become the cornerstone of a society that refuses to tolerate the perpetuation of abuse. So in this video, we've navigated important aspects of narcissistic abuse. This isn't just a documentary, it's a call to action, to foster awareness, break the chains, and pave the way for healing. Share this journey with others, and let's collectively dismantle the damaging impact of narcissistic abuse. Remember, you're not alone on this path. Together, we can turn the page to a brighter, abuse-free chapter. Stay strong, stay empowered, and stay tuned for more explorations into the realms of the human experience.